Welcome to the Brant and Sherry Oddcast, sponsored by America's Christian Credit Union. To order Brant's latest book, Life is Hard, God is Good, Let's Dance, or to find out more about the show, go to BrantHansen.com.
I think there's a real hunger for something that we haven't had before in a while in the culture, if I'm reading it right. People want to talk about what it means to love your enemies. I'm talking about believers in Jesus.
Yeah.
But I've been speaking about this recently. I just spoke to a big group in Dallas about it, and then in Wisconsin over the weekend. And the reactions are very strong. Like, people want to practice this.
Oh, man.
How do I do that? How do I pray for people who are driving me crazy? I think it's because we can see where the culture's not working.
That's right.
Like, there's got to be another way. And of course, it's the way of Jesus. It's just that for some reason, church culture hasn't talked enough about it. Like, we don't equip people. Like, here's how to do that. And we can actually say, like, let's talk about how we can love our enemies. It is a great idea to question our culture. Our culture will tell us stuff, assume stuff is true that's just not. There's a headline, there's an opinion piece, Wall Street Journal, it just came out. Reading the headline, work-life balance will keep you mediocre.
Ooh.
For financial freedom by age 30, optimize ruthlessly during your peak physical and cognitive years. Okay, number one, those aren't your peak cognitive years. Number two, financial freedom by age 30, if you're an NFL wide receiver.
Yeah, right.
Or a quarterback. Most of the times, optimizing ruthlessly is not wisdom. Being mediocre because you have balance is not wisdom. The idea that financial freedom will bring you what you want in life is also a lie. It's presumed career success and money is going to bring you what you want. It's not. It's relationships.
Yeah.
The only time money actually helps you in life towards actual joy is if you're using it for the purposes of the kingdom or for relationships.
Yes.
Now we're talking. Having a big house and nobody to enjoy it, no friends to come, like, no. So it's just like these implicit lies. We know contentment is where it's at. Just so you know, you could probably guess this, but when we're talking about spiritual things, talking about the kingdom, talking about Jesus, I'm reminding myself as much as I'm reminding you as you're listening. I'm learning myself. I'm teaching things that I have to practice myself. So it's a fun job in that way because we get to think about this stuff all the time. But it's not coming from a place of, hey, I'm an expert at all. It's more like we're on this road together. And I love sharing as I'm learning, like, hey, did you hear about this? That's totally where we're coming from. Everything Jesus tells us is for our good. It's genius. That whole thing, they were forced by an occupying government to carry a soldier's stuff for a mile. That was the rule. So as an occupying soldier, you didn't want to help, but they could make you do it. And Jesus says you should do it and then do it again. That's so genius for your own attitude, right? You can be grumbling that mile. I'm being forced to do this. I don't want to do this. I'm being forced. But psychologically, what happens when you walk a second mile that you're not asked for? Like, you're free.
Yeah.
You're proving you're free. You don't dictate my life, number one. So there's that genius. The other genius is your own mental attitude. You'll walk away with a different feeling than you would have if you just grumbled. It's a genius way to live. Everything he says. Speaking at this Salvation Army big men's conference recently, the singing was, it's just amazing. If you ever been in a room, it was like 600 guys and just belting it out. And it's a mix of guys too that have been through a lot. And there was no showiness, and then they took the music out and sang How Great Thou Art. And you got guys from all different backgrounds. There were guys who didn't speak English, they were Hispanic, they had the Spanish lyrics up there too, and there were guys that had been in prison, white guys and black guys and old guys and young guys, I mean teenagers and 80-year-olds, and just belting out how thankful they are for the goodness of God. And I even told him, I said, I don't normally get that emotional during a worship service, but there's something about you guys. You know, I think if you take a step back for real and you look at our culture and you look at it like, what's going on here? We have some things that we believe that just don't make any sense at all. Like there's this pervasive idea that your career determines your happiness in life. Mm-hmm. And we have so much data that says that's not even close to true. From like the Harvard study about human flourishing, like it's over decades and tens of thousands of people longitudinally, like, no, it's not career, but we just presume. What do you want to do when you grow? Like it's all you define by career. Like it can be important.
Yeah.
Our work is important, but it's not who we are. It's not going to make you happy whether you get that job or not. If we're either content or not. That's it. This is amazing. Did you see this stat? More than half of the articles now online are written by AI.
Wow.
More than half. And that just took off from like a year ago.
More than half.
And they say by 2026, by next year, it'll be 90%.
And it's
Articles, so that people would have written before, but now they're using AI to write at least half of it.
Okay.
And they can tell. Mm-hmm. So I would think, as somebody who's a believer in Jesus, like for me, this is a big deal. Mm-hmm. Words are a big deal to me and us as a people, right? Like Jesus is the word. We use our words to proclaim the kingdom, to say that what we say matters. God spoke us into being, the entire universe into being with words.
Yep.
Like we take words really seriously, and to give them up or to put my name on something that I didn't actually write, those aren't my words. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Don't want to do that. We were talking about contentment. I mean, it's everything. Being content with what you have now. One more thing, one upgrade, another thing. It's not gonna work. Whatever you're looking for, it's not gonna work. In fact, I've seen this before too, but there's an actual study that was done on it. Athletes, after they win the big one,
Yeah.
the World Series or the Super Bowl or whatever, the emotion that is best ascribed to them, or how they would describe it, is relief. For a very short term, and then how do I defend this next year? I remember seeing an interview with years ago as the Cowboys, and they asked Troy Aikman after the Super Bowl, how's it feel? Relieved.
Yeah.
And he said something about, we got to get started on next year.
Yeah.
That was, he still had his uniform on.
Yeah, the confetti is still dropping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's foolish for us to think, oh, now there's success. That's not going to be where it comes from. It's just not. It's kind of funny. One of our sponsors gave me a T-shirt. I don't know how common this phrase is for a lot of people, but if you follow current events, there's a thing that's going out there called debanking.
Okay. I haven't heard it.
Banks both in Europe and the United States have said to certain people, like, you're not allowed to bank here anymore.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because we don't like your point of view in life or whatever.
Okay.
So it's called debanking. America's Christian Credit Union gave me a T-shirt that says "Debank yourself,"
Okay.
which I think is pretty funny.
Okay.
Because it's like, hey, I don't have to do major corporate banking like I have been doing, or I could do this as well. But so they have all the normal like bank services and stuff, and we found them to be wonderful.
They're awesome.
Yep, and their motive has always been for decades, like how can we join together and fund stuff?
Yeah.
So whereas the profit would have gone to who knows what, it's actually going to missions and ministries and some really good stuff. So if you're interested at all, and it helps the show if you do this, go to branthansen.com, scroll down, and then click on the America's Christian Credit Union. We'd totally appreciate it if you would. So there's a comic that's been on Facebook and circulated, and I think particularly on Facebook.
Okay.
For reasons we can figure out here.
He's very Facebooky.
Yeah, it fits the Facebook vibe.
Yes.
And the demo,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so the comic was broken down by this guy on Substack. I didn't get his name. I'm sorry, but it was genius that he broke it down the way he did.
Okay.
So he talks about the comic. If I can describe it to you, somebody's at a coffee shop, and it looks like an older gentleman who is wearing like a Marines outfit, but you can tell he's like middle-aged or older or something.
Okay.
And it's goofy cartoon stuff. And then he's ordering something, and the barista says, "Can I interest you in a soy latte?" And he says, "Just coffee, black." Caramel macchiato? just coffee, black. Iced peppermint mocha, just coffee, black. And then he says something else like tea latte or something. And then the guy behind the guy in line's like, would you just make up your mind? Okay, so that's the joke.
Okay.
And it's been shared millions of times.
Okay.
And the dude who's breaking this down is like, this is fascinating because it's not funny at all. That's like, where does that happen? That they won't give you just black coffee?
Right. Yeah.
They will. It's always available. You can get black coffee everywhere. No one has ever had this experience anywhere where they're like just suggesting stuff and they won't take your order.
That's true. Yeah.
They want you like that. It just doesn't happen. So it's like, why is it striking a chord at all? It's exaggerating something that doesn't happen. If you're gonna find humor in something, you need to tether with something that actually happens.
Truth.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah. And what he said, he's like, this is not ideological, it's not political, but people by human nature can be bugged by other people having options that they don't want.
Okay.
And the reason he breaks this down, and I think he's right, is like you see other people opting for something you don't want, soy latte, whatever.
Yeah.
Or it makes you mad that somebody's a vegetarian, even if they're not evangelical about it.
Yeah, right.
Like you just don't, like why the hostility? What's it to you?
They don't want a steak.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not a moral thing. It's like they're not immoral for not wanting to eat meat.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now, if they get in your face about it and they say you should, well, then that's a different. But that's why would it bother you otherwise?
Right.
Why is it bothersome that other people like soy lattes and that it's available to them? And he said it's because. I think he's right. I mean, I'm curious what you think. He says because nobody wants to be an outcast. And if you start to suspect that you're now the weird one, you're the outcast, it can bother you if you're the kind of person who, like, you know what you think of outcasts.
Yeah.
So if you're sort of a graceless person and you think other people are weird because... you don't like the weird people.
Right.
Well, now it's sensing that you might
be the weird one.
You can't countenance that it bothers you. So this actually has traction because people are bothered in a similar way.
I can see that.
Yeah, I think that's true.
I can see that. Yeah.
If you're somebody who's more given to being graceful, like what's it like?
Right.
I love that you can have your soy latte and that they have fancy stuff. I don't want it.
Yeah.
And that's true. I just get a coffee when I go.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me in the least. That they have,
you know what?
why is that a...
I can see that. I can see where people would. I'm just annoyed that it's something other, and then what if I'm other?
Yeah.
And I know how I treat other.
Right. I know what I think of people who are outside the norm.
Yes, that is right. Yeah.
What if it's me now on the island?
Yeah, that's.
I don't want that. Because I know what people think about those people.
Yeah.
Like, it's not everybody that thinks that.
Right. Yeah. That's very profound.
Yeah, I thought his insight was really good.
Yeah.
And he broke it down beautifully. It's like, it's not funny.
Yeah.
This never happens. He said, in the history of the world, this
when
has
has
never
that happened to you? They barely want to give you what you want, let alone 17 different options every time you ask for what you want. Yeah, it's not true. Therefore,
but it resonates. People are passing around like, yeah, see,
see.
Every
time I go into Starbucks,
that's what the world's coming to. No, it's not.
Can I say that did I tell you I was inviting young adults over to my house?
Yeah.
So they all came over. A lot of creatives. And because you and I were talking about Ocean 14, there's like nothing new. Everyone's just rehashing the same thing. And I realized how many, there are new things out there. I think it happens in the context of being together.
Yeah, right. Yes.
You know what I mean? If you're by yourself, it's not as good as when you're with people, because we just started talking about things, and then what do you do if this or that? And we're like, okay, skits in church, but not regular skit. And then someone had this brilliant idea, and it's just within the context of everyone talking. This person's like, what if they're shopping, like someone's in the grocery store shopping? Because we're thinking Sunday morning, how do you do a skit and you don't need a bunch of props?
Yeah.
And they're like, and it's just one grocery cart. and her and the other person are walking down the aisle with the grocery cart. They come around front, and we write the script for that. And when you walk out with the grocery cart, that's the end of the skit. And I thought that was such a brilliant new kind of thing. But I was like, I would have never on my own.
No, not without other people bouncing.
And I don't.
off
I
it.
don't think any of them would have. But together, there's just. I'm just going to keep talking about that because I really believe there's something
always
new and creative and fresh when we're together.
Yeah. You know who knows that? It's like Ocean Spray.
What?
I mean, they
Why?
can't
Why
just
do you feel like
because they can't just do cranberries, right?
Right.
It's got to
It's
be
orange
with something
cranberry.
else.
Yes,
They're
it's
onto
peach
this. They've been onto
cranberry.
this for a long time.
Follow
But
Ocean Spray.
But C.S. Lewis was that way because
Yeah.
it was, again, like he would write in the style of this guy and then that guy and then this other person and influenced by all these people.
Yeah.
And you can see it.
Yeah.
Like, and this is kind of like Charles Williams. Oh, this is more like a Tolkien thing. But it's literally, it's bouncing off his friends. It's bouncing off
Something really beautiful.
other thinkers.
Yes, there's something really beautiful about it. And I would just ask that we don't succumb to sort of, I have been saying, by the way, that you got to be kidding me is the spirit of the age. You said that on the podcast. When I said, my mom said, you got to be kidding me. And you said, you got to be kidding me is the spirit of the age. I have said that frequently since you said it to everybody. And they're like, you know what? It is. Where you're like, you got to be kidding me. But I would ask.
It's the only reaction. That's the only
so
reasonable reaction. Right? Like, what?
What?
You gotta be kidding me.
You've got to be kidding me.
Right.
But I would ask people not to succumb to the thing where, having people in your space, they all have to be like you. They all have to think like you. They all have to, and they have to pass this really high bar.
Yeah, then you
of
won't
something.
get these ideas.
Yes. So I'm encouraging people to, as much as you can, have that togetherness because there's something really special there.
It's the nature of humor.
Yeah, it is.
It's overlapping and incompatible frames of reference.
Yes.
Well, if somebody doesn't bring in a reference that, like, to put on top of this.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, then now.
Right.
I got nothing.
Yeah, or you have something that falls kind of flat, or it may be kind of funny, or maybe funny, but it's not as funny.
No, it's not as funny as in the context of that person.
Yes.
There's some things to me that aren't funny until I think of my brother.
Right, yes.
And he'd think that was funny.
Right,
and then now it's funny to me,
yes.
or you.
Yeah,
or
right.
It's just,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we're saying. You got to be kidding me, followed up by, yeah. Those are the...
Two takeaways.
Two takeaways.
The Brant and Sherry Oddcast, sponsored by America's Christian Credit Union. To find out more about the show, go to BrantHansen.com.